It's Donald and Mary. What do we got for a temp today, Mary?
66 degrees.
66 degrees, man. Sweet, man. All right, we're heading to the shop right now. We've had some issues this morning with connectivity on our phones and our service provider, which is a Verizon. So, we have had problems with them for probably several days now, huh?
Yes. Definitely.
Not sure what's going on. Besides, it's Verizon, and they've dropped the ball, man. And that's over the last couple of years. They've started to drop the ball, and our service has been kind of spotty, iffy. Wondering if it's going to work today or not, and so that affects our business also. I can't actually. I was texting with someone last night, and I can't even finish the text because of it. So hopefully we can get into town and get connected with our Wi-Fi service in town and possibly do some off Verizon, whatever it is. What is it called? Wi-Fi calling and text. So hopefully we can get that done. So today, Mary has a Dawsonville to Springer to start, and Jordan is starting down in Atlanta, and then we'll end our day in Atlanta. So yesterday was an extremely long day. I think, how many miles you drive yesterday, kid?
Oh, geez, over 500.
Yeah.
About almost 600. I'd say 550-ish.
Yeah, nice, dude. Jordan had a huge day. He did 4 or 5 Atlanta runs. And then he came completely back up here, and at 9 o'clock took a rider that had been sitting at the shop all day, and she was going home. She hurt herself and was done for a minute and is coming back, but Jordan took her down to Gainesville train, and then he stayed there, and today he'll start it. He slept down there. He'll start his day in Atlanta. He'll drive down there and pick up his first rider and start like that. And so we got a pretty tight schedule today. It's really tight. It's one after another. Very little time in between. We had a few issues yesterday. What was it? Third rider, the 9 o'clock rider, showed up late, and then they decided to pack their bags.
It took another 10 minutes. So, that 5 minutes, it trickles downhill, and it turns into over an hour. I was about an hour behind because of it, at least. But
yeah,
that's we made up some time, but
it takes a lot to make up that time. Luckily,
right.
We have a little window between stuff, but this time of year, there's a lot of people trying to get off trail or back on trail, and so we tighten it up a little bit, and we actually do, if we're driving through and the person cannot find a ride at all, we'll pick them up and drop them on the route somewhere, meaning if they want to do, let's just say for instance, they were doing a barefoot to Neil Gap, and we were coming up from Amicalola, and we could go through Dahlonega up over the mountain to our next ride, we would pick the barefoot up and drop them at Neil. But everything has to be timed perfectly for that to go right. So you have to communicate with the rider and tell them, hey man, this is what I can do for you. I usually tell them to exhaust all numbers and then use us as a very last resort. And so I'll coordinate the time, and so also Mary and Jordan call our riders or text them and inform them of what vehicle they're in, and that they're on their en route to them. And also there's always you can always get a hold of me. We like to communicate with our riders to make sure that we all know what we're doing. So if we're late or they're late or whatever it may be, they need to cancel and schedule another time, or they want to move their scheduling around, I'm able to do that. We answer immediately, and so or as ASAP, there's a response anyways. Even if we're with a customer, we try to give a response and just say, hey man, we're with a customer, give us a minute, we'll get right back to you. Shoot me over a text of what you need, so when I get to you, I already have it figured out, or I know I'm aware of what you want, and I can tell you what's up. So because I write everything down like phone numbers and all the information I need, and then I fill in the scheduling and make sure that everything is confirmed and the information is correct, and they verify, confirm it, and then we send the scheduling over and make sure that they have a copy of it also. And so over the years, we've kind of gotten this pattern going on, or this routine, because it works. And so organization is super important to make sure that our rider gets everything that they paid for and asked for and what they need from us. So it's super important to be really organized and make sure that everyone is on the same page. And so we take our time and do that. Sometimes I talk up to 40, 50 people a day, and this time of year it's definitely 40 or 50 people a day. We cannot assist everyone, but we try to give them numbers and give them some good information that they can use. And so a lot of the lists and stuff, and the people that say they're shuttle drivers and put themselves in the books and so on, that take up spaces, really don't answer the phone. And once they figure out that this is more than just picking someone up and bringing them to a gap, most people don't want anything to do with it. It's a really, really, really tough job to make money off of and be able to pay bills and to be able to have enough phone calls. Because like let me explain this first. One ride does not pay for anything but the vehicle insurance and gas for the day and yada yada yada. So that first ride needs to be at least $100. $100 will cover the day. And so that is not including like your own bills, man. This is the business bills. And so after that ride, each ride starts to pay different things. So you have to do that on a daily. So let's just say you get out there and you have one ride and it's $100 ride. Well, your day's paid for, but what do you do the rest of the day? You know what I mean? So you have to have enough people calling you and enough people so you can sort of put together a day where you make enough money, man, and you're able to kind of go from gap to gap and pick people up. So it took a long time to be able to have as many calls as we have so we can actually put together a day that makes sense. When we first started doing this, we do like a Byron to Springer, and then we drive all the way to Fontana to do a Stickoa to Fontana or vice versa, man. And then we drive all the way down to Atlanta. And so the rides were all over the place. And by the time we were done, you know, you're spending $200 on the day because you're on the road all day long to make $300. And so that just, it's really taxing on mentally and physically. And so we had to work really, really hard to be able to have enough calls to put together routes that make sense for us and our drivers and our riders, because it has to be a mutual agreement between the rider and the driver on, you know, how and what we have to offer, and, you know, just to make sure that everyone knows what's up. Anyways, this is getting to be a longer video than I wanted. So, we will be making more videos. We've been really busy just trying to get the shop back up. We got a book that we're publishing. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So, and also like over the years, I tackled everything and I wanted it immediately and it needed to be done now. And so I've stopped that because being out of balance and whack like that, man, does not pay off. It doesn't matter how much money you make in the end. They take it all anyways. You pay it all out, and also it's not worth it. And so now we do everything and think things through and keep it balanced, and you know, nothing happens overnight. It takes a while to build it, man. So Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
That's right.
All right, man. So what do we got for temps?
It is 65 degrees right now.
It's really nice out, guys. So enjoy the weather. Really good hiking weather. I believe it's going to rain here either today or tomorrow, and it's going to drop back down in the 30s in the mornings, correct?
In the evenings, it's going to be, yeah, so overnight it'll be low 30s.
So yeah, so 30s in the morning, man. be really be aware of that, and don't be tricked by our weather right now. This is normal spring North Georgia mountain weather. All right, one love, guys. Give us a jingle if y'all need anything. Peace.